G'day everyone, David from Explorers here. Today's Explorers Traveller app tip for you is to do with folders. And so we'll have a look at the folder system, how to create them, how to use them, and then how to use the folder groups. Folders is a really neat little tool. It allows you to coordinate and store information out of the content in any way you particularly like. The folder system to start with is this icon at the top when you're on the main map screen. This is the folder icon, and when you press it, you'll see your list of folders. If you're a new app user, this whole screen will just be white and blank because you wouldn't have created any folders yet. In our folders list, you'll see that we have this icon up here, which is the folder group icon, and we have some folder groups: bucket list, admin, and horse. So what's a folder group? A folder group is basically allows you to have a top level or sub-level folders. So you can have sub-level folders under bucket list, and in ours we've got a whole load of folders there. How do we use all these folders? What does all this mean? How do we get started with this? As I said, if you're a new user, this will be blank. So how do we add something to a folder? We can add places, we can add treks, and we can add track logs to our folders. We can add any of the content that's available on the system. So what we might just do is, let's say we'll add this platypus viewing area. We'll open up this. It could be anything, any record on the system, and you should see this little folder icon next to it. If you tap on this folder icon, it will come up with your list of folders, and then you can tap on one or as many other folders as you like, or you could create a new folder. So to create a new folder, and again, if you don't have any existing folders, this list won't be here. You'll only have this option, the plus and the enter a new folder name. So if we enter a new folder name here and call it, G-U-T-U-T-O-R-I-A-L, for instance, I can also add it to, say, folders demo. So I can add this particular item is going to go into tutorial folder and folders demo. You can add it to as many of these as you want in one go, or at least one. It's got to be at least one. And once you've made all your selections and you've added your new or made your selections, press on the little tick up here and it'll do it. Added to tutorial folder, added to folders demo folder. You'll see that appear on the main screen. And then you'll also notice the folder icon has filled up. I just tapped on the route icon, sorry. You'll see that the folder icon has now gone dark to let you know that there's an item in a folder, or the item is in a folder. So if we tap on it again, you'll be able to see the folders that it's added to. And of course you could change it. I'm just going to leave it where it was. You could change it. You can X to cancel or hit the green tick again to make it go forward. So we've added this platypus viewing area to a folders demo and a tutorial folder. If we go to our folders list, we'll see tutorial, and it has one item in it because we just created it and only put the platypus viewing area in it. And you'll see folders demo, and it's got 4 items in it. I created that earlier and put a few items in it just from this particular area around us so that I could show you how this system works. So we've added these things to the folders. We've added this item to a couple of folders. What we might want to do now is, say, put these folders in a group, or how do we use these folder groups? So if I press on the folder group icon here and it says group folders, group name, so I can enter a group name, 2 to 20 characters. Oops, watch out for the march flies. Tutorial group, I'll call it. And in this one, I'm going to add, say, folders demo and tutorial. So what this is going to do is it's going to create a top level folder called tutorial group and add these 2 folders to that tutorial group, to that group folder, sorry. So they should disappear from the list here and go into a group. So let's do that and wait for it to happen. We have quite a large folder list and lots of items in it, so it takes just a little bit of time to do it. So now tutorial group has appeared, and you'll see that those other 2 folders that were the items that have gone into that folder group have disappeared. So we can open that and we can see our 2 folders. While we've got that open, we can say, oh, I don't like that order. I want the order changed. Tap and hold, drag and drop tutorial above folder demo, and it will change its position. So within folder groups, you can reorder the list. And if we close that group, we can then change any items at the top level. So maybe I don't like tutorial group being there and I want it at the bottom. So you can do that, drag and drop the items in this list, no problem. If you have one of these groups open, it is going to be allowing you to change the items in here, and it will stop you from being able to change any of these. So now holding on any of these, that isn't going to work for the moment until you close that group. So don't let that trick you up. You've got to have everything closed to allow to change these. And then if you open one of these, it'll be only allowing you to change these ones. So that's folders, adding items to a folder, and then adding folders to a folder group. What else can we do with folders? Obviously, we haven't even opened one of these folders yet. Obviously, tutorial folder is only going to have the one item in it. So it will show you a mini map on the left with the one item, and the list only has one entry in it. Not a very exciting folder. So we'll just quickly come back out of there and we'll go to this folders demo, which has 4 items in it. So what we've got in here is there's just a few camps and some bits and pieces that I put into this folder group so that you could see multiple items. Obviously, these are all places. It could be track logs, and I'll show you track logs and what you can do with folders and track logs in a moment. But one of the other things that you'll notice, we did a notes tutorial. Make sure you check out our notes app tip. You'll see these all have notes. If you've watched that app tip, you'll see that the green icon indicates that they have notes. One of the things about a folder is that you can tap this icon here, the notes icon, and it'll show you the contents of those notes in the list. So for our usage here, we've created some booking dates and planned dates to stay at these campsites, and you can see that they're in the right order. Obviously, the platypus viewing happened during the diggings campground, so again, we can reorder things in here, just like we could in the folders list. Inside the folder entries, you can also change the order by tap and hold, drag and drop. Okay, one of the other things that you can do in folders is you can reverse the order. If this whole list is wrong, you can press this button, and what it just did was it just flipped everything up the other way. And you'll see that everything's now backwards to how it was. Press it again, and it'll flip it back around the other way. If you're adding items to the folder and it's not going in the order you want, you can just simply press that and turn it around the other way. A couple of other options. The delete option. In the delete option, you can obviously cancel. You can delete the folder only, which will just remove the folder name, or you can do folder and data. So if you've imported like a track, or you've imported some data off another device or something, and it's created a folder for you of all that stuff, and you just want to get rid of it, you can say get rid of folder and data, and it will delete all the data and then remove the folder. Or you can just remove the folder only. I don't want to delete those at the moment. The other thing we can do in here is that we can edit. In here, all we can really do is change the name. We also have the share option, and there is a GPX share option available to us as we're a member at the moment. So we can export a GPX file of those 4 places. If there was track logs and treks in there, it would give you the place records, or the waypoints and the tracks and the routes would all be exported in the GPX file when you export when you share, use the share icon on a folder. So the other one is route, and the route option here, this one allows you, obviously if you've created this list in a numerical order of all the places that you want to visit, you might just say, let's create a personal trek, or give me a route plan that'll take me between each of these locations. And what you'll see on the mini map, once we've pressed the route icon, you'll see it's created this grey outline about the order that these places are currently in. So it's going Diggings Campground to the Platypus Viewing, to the Angela Dam camping area, and down to Lake Elphinstone. So if I press create track here, it'll give me an option to give it a name and all those bits and pieces, and it will create for us a trek. It will do it in a straight line navigation mode, but it will create for us a trek. Obviously, check out our treks and navigation tutorials to work out how to adjust that from straight line to driving directions and all of the various bits and pieces that you might want to do. But they're sort of all the options that are available in the folders list. Now, one of the other things that obviously with the folders is we've got the ability on the map layers. So I've come back to the map, I've left the folder option, I've come back to the map, I've gone to the map layers selection panel, And in here I can turn on the folders. Obviously I can turn off all folders, I can turn off all places, and all the places will disappear. If I turn on folders and I select our tutorial group and our folder demo and tutorial, I'll turn off that one for a minute, what we'll see is it will show us the 4 places that we had. There's 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one's down here somewhere. On the entire map, it will just show us those 4 places that we have requested to see on the map. Okay, 4 and 3 to go, and 3, and in we go. So that shows you the places. So one of the other things that you can do with folders is that you can have a folder that contains all of your track logs. So if you've seen the showing track logs on the map screen tutorial, you'll know that you can add track logs to a folder. We've added a whole load of our track logs to this holiday trips folder. If I turn this folder on the map screen, if we then zoom out on the map screen, we should be able to see all those track logs come into view because they'll stay on the map screen the whole time. So these are the track logs that we've added to that particular folder that we're viewing on the screen. So they're all clickable, and you can see each of them on the main map screen, and you can tap on them and use them. And so they'll be visible on the map screen the whole time. So if you were trying to navigate along one of those, it's certainly visible there on the map, and you can see it, and you can then follow the line on the screen as you would like. So I think other than being able to turn all that away, one of the other things I didn't say was to edit the tutorial group or the group thing. You edit that little icon there, select that one, and it'll allow you to change the name of it, and it'll also allow you to remove the items from it. So I'm just going to remove those 2 folders from the tutorial group, and by having no folders in the tutorial group, there'll be no tutorial group anymore. We've basically gone back to just having the 2 folders as they were, and I can then just reorder them around how it was originally before we started the demonstration. And I can then even go into this folder and remove the platypus viewing area from this folder and from the folder demo to clean up what we've done. It will automatically remove the tutorial folder, which is happening right now, and bring us back having 3 items in our folder demo and no folder there. So we were able to add things to the folder, remove things from the folder, create option groups, and then use the folder to create route plans and or turn on items on the main map screen. I hope that gives you some clearer understanding of the folder system. Have a play, press the buttons. You can't do anything wrong. If it's going to delete something, it will prompt you. You really can't break anything. This all works online and offline all the time, so have a good look at it. Hope folders is something that you find very useful. And that's the end of this tutorial app tip. Thank you.